Good morning. I have a friend in my lap trying to love. So, not a whole lot going on. Yesterday was Sunday. Today's Monday morning, so happy Monday morning. Today is Columbus Day for us in the United States, but it's also Thanksgiving in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty exciting. Good evening. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a new phone for videos because this one will not. I have deleted everything on this phone that I could possibly ever delete. I have the bare minimum of what I need to make, because this, I have my everyday Android phone, but I build these videos for you guys on an old iPhone, and I don't know, does not have enough memory. It constantly, so today I did a video for you guys, just talking and hitting on some, I don't know, hot topics, but things that you guys have asked me about and different things. And when it got time for me to build the video, it said I didn't have no room for that video. I went into my albums and went down and I deleted everything that was like I had trashed but hadn't got rid of. Then I came back and still it would not let me build that video. So then I started trying to snip out things that maybe, because I am who I am and I talk about some other things and I'm trying to get to the point, and I took all kinds of stuff out and then it still wouldn't let me build the video. So now I've deleted all of it except for the last 17 minutes. You get the first couple of minutes, I was able to keep that, and the last 17 minutes of other things. So I really didn't get to discuss Katie or Katie may have been the only thing that I really kept out. It's kind of a weird, I think you're going to be able to tell. I don't know if you can or not. Anyway, I'm just going to throw this little part in there in the middle because it would look silly coming in at the end because we already told you goodbye. See what I mean? It's just crazy. Anyway, we just got back from Daniel's. It's Monday evening and they didn't do Daniel wasn't home yesterday. He had a fishing tournament. So we did the Cooking with Dan and Lou tonight. So we just got back, and I'd left this phone over here thinking that when I got home it would be done building the video, and it completely just big old thing in the middle telling me I had no space for it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So now I've done messed the whole thing up. So all I've got for y'all is a little bit at the end. And so as far as Katie goes, because I've been questioned about Katie, lots of questions about Katie and about the front porch. When am I going to put my decorations out on the front porch? And Katie, what am I going to do with Katie? When is she going to Dad's? Okay, I did say that I was going to take her to Dad's, but I've got to get Katie over her messed up tummy. I just told Dad this evening, I said, I've never had a goat. And all these 7 that I have out here, 6 goats and a sheep, I've never had any that was just sick constantly. Just when I felt like, okay, praise God, whatever bug she had, she's good. And you can only tell it by poop. Or that's your main thing. But she started losing weight. She's happy. Her little tail is wagging. She bounces all over the yard. I've taken her out of the side yard and put her she has free access to the whole backyard. So she's got, chicken yard gate is open. So she's just got all of that she can mess with back there, but she can't go to the side yard right now because I thought, okay, she's been sick so much lately, that side yard's only so big, I don't want her getting any germs from the side yard that are actually coming from her, like the ground just needs to be resting for a while from all the poops that she's pooped. So I took her out of the side yard so she has free access to the backyard. She wouldn't take the positive pellets. She won't eat them. Katie's very picky. These older goats, you can just almost stick anything through the fence and they're just going to gobble it down like they're starving to death. Although you all see them, they're roly-poly fat and look pregnant. Even the boys look pregnant. They're just fat pigs. Katie is skinny. She's bony. She's happy and bouncy and everything, but she is not well. And I don't know if it's something that I haven't done for her, that I mean, I've done everything I did for her that I've done with the other ones, but it's so, people keep saying, why is she still on a bottle? Well, at 7 months old, she shouldn't still be on a bottle, but Frodo and Bilbo were my first babies, and they drank bottles up till a year old. That's why they're so babies now, that they just, well, my other ones were older too, but not quite as old as them two. Them two were my first babies, and I gave them bottles, 1 bottle a day up until, I mean, when they were little, they had several bottles. But toward the end, where they shouldn't even be having bottles anymore, they got 1 bottle every night before they went to bed. But she's just 7 months old, and she doesn't look anywhere near. She doesn't even look like she's 7 months old. So, I think she's 7 months old. I think I wrote her down. Let me make sure. Okay, so I just looked in my book. She's actually 8 months old. She was 8 months old on the 12th of October. So she doesn't look like it. She doesn't look anything like it. Like, I feel like she's half dwarfed something. I don't know. She's so small and so skinny. And so anyway, she's had the Safeguard dewormer. She has 2 bottles a day with yogurt mixed in it for her tummy. I just can't. Daddy's gonna come down tomorrow and see if he can't give her something else. But anyway, I don't know. She's happy, and if you were just to see her bouncing across the yard and stuff and running when she's sick and all this kind of stuff, you would not think she's sick until she comes up to you, and then you realize how skinny she is. And anyway, I don't know. I've never had a little goat be like her. As soon as she's well and she's healthy, if I can't get her, she's going to be one of those little sickly goats, and I can't expect Dad to take her. So, I don't know. You know, I hate to think that she had something else wrong with her internally. Even though she had the legs that didn't work correctly, she got better. I would hate to think that maybe there's some kind of internal stuff that's not right with her. I don't know, but Dad's going to give her something tomorrow. I've been giving her B12, and she gets, like I said, her bottles every morning and evening with her yogurt in them, and she's had the Safeguard dewormer now, so she eats her food. She's not a big food eater. She acts all hungry for it, and then she takes a few bites of it, and then she goes away. Then she comes back and takes a few more bites. But sometimes in the morning, there's still to me, a lot of food that she could have eaten. None of the other goats would have left it, and she's leaving food. So I wouldn't call her being off food, but I don't know what I don't know if I'm gonna have to start giving her like to make sure she stays. Well, she needs to get fat. She needs to get fat, and she needs to get healthy. And I don't know, maybe I'm going to have to give her extra bottles, because I don't know if she won't eat her food, but she'll suck her bottle down in a second. Maybe I should be giving her a middle of the day bottle too, just until she gets fat again. I don't know if she was ever really fat, because she was a baby. But at 8 months old, she should be way bigger and fatter than what she is, and I don't know what's wrong with her. She, like I said, you know, through the fence, and when I'm out there and I'm messing around and she's out and she's just eating and bouncing and running and jumping into a chair, jump onto the table. She acts like everything's just as normal as can be, but she is so daggum skinny. And not little pellet poops. So I've got to get her, I've got to find out what's wrong with her, get her better. Anyway, so that's Katie. So no, she's not going to be going to Dad's anytime soon until she's better. And if she ends up being one of those little sickly goats, then I'm not going to expect Daddy to take care of her. And then as far as my porch and decorating, yes. we're going to decorate the porch, but I need to get the lumber off the porch, and I wanted my knee to be a little bit better before I start getting down low and nailing, screwing boards to my wall and stuff like that. I wanted my knee to be a little bit better, and it is a little bit better. It's a little bit better. I would say it's a little bit better every day, although every now and then I have like what I would call like, today wasn't a good day. Like it wanted to act up, like be a little bit more sore than normal. Like today I haven't iced it at all, and I probably need to ice it. I probably need to lay it up right now, and as soon as I get him going with a bath, got to get him a bath started, but I can't keep the bubble bath in the bathroom. I have to hide it. Otherwise,
I use too much of it.
He uses too much of it. So I have to hide it and then put it in his bath for him. Anyway, so I've hit on those couple of things, and then the video I made this morning is the rest of what I talked about, and I'm just gonna have to piece them together. So I'm get a video out for you guys. Just a little bit of hot topics, I guess. Topics. I don't know if they're hot, but they're topics. Anyway, we'll see you guys in a little bit, and I'm gonna add, well, I say that because this is gonna have to be in the middle, so the ending is normal. That sounds sort of dumb, don't it? See you guys later. Somebody asked me, was I ready for the prom? Well, it's not really a prom this time, but somebody asked me, was I ready for the prom? Grammy night, whatever. I am ready. I bought me a red sequin blouse, but I just have some black flowy pants. They're what is that word? Chiffon. I think they're lined. Let me look real quick. Let me see what we got here. See how you can see through? At the bottom you can see through, but there's another one inside it. So it's like flowy pants that are lined. So toward the bottom of your leg, and I think they're going to be like right above my ankle, flowy. You can sort of see my leg through it, but high, and I don't know how high because I haven't put them on yet, but there is a liner underneath them so that you can't see through them, like where your panties are and stuff. You can't see anything. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing. That's as good as I can do because I'm not going to be able to wear a heel. I'm probably just going to be in some type of a flip-flop. I'm not wearing a tennis shoe, but probably just a flip-flop. And I'll probably have to have I wanted flowy because I'm going to have a brace of some sort on underneath it. But I'm, you know, from here up, I think it's going to look pretty. Levi, I think I'm just going to let him dress normal. You know, Levi's he's not putting on pants. I don't mean shorts. I mean jeans. You want to wear jeans? No. He won't wear pants like that. He can wear jogging pants there in the wintertime, but he won't wear jeans and pants. He's always worn shorts. They've always been like your athletic shorts that hang to your knee because he's tall. I still have, I believe, in his closet is that tuxedo shirt. So he could wear that if he wants. So he's got a tuxedo top. He won't wear shoes. I have to make him wear tennis shoes when it gets really, really cold.
Oh, no, my tennis shoes are on my feet.
What, baby?
My tennis shoes hurt my feet.
I know. His tennis shoes hurt his feet. So I thought I bought him black Crocs last year for the one last year. So somewhere he should have some black Crocs somewhere. So he can look a little dressy, but he ain't really going to be dressy. But I don't force him to do that kind of stuff. You know, he likes to go, he likes to have get-togethers, but he's not going to be dressed up where he's uncomfortable. And we'll all be somewhat uncomfortable because when you dress up, you're uncomfortable. You're not comfortable. Like, you know, it's just you're not laid back comfortable. I'll be probably more comfortable than anybody else because at least my pants are going to be loose. Hello, little girl. Hi, sweet lady. She's so tiny, guys. Look at this. She is so tiny. Do y'all know she was only 8 weeks old on September the 26th? She was only 8 weeks old. I'd had her for 2 weeks prior to that. So I think Larry got rid of them fast. As quick as he could. Yes, ma'am. Mwah. Kisses. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. I don't know how long I've even been talking. We're going to go. And I'm going to try to get my porch cleaned off and get that wood. I'm going to go ahead and try to do one of these walls in here this week at some point. I'm going to try to make myself do it no matter how I feel. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but Levi. No. And then I will get my front porch decorated. It's got to be decorated before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's always here. I want people to walk up on my porch and say, oh, and get in the mood before they walk in the door. Anyway.
They let my house stuff on my front porch.
I know. And what did I say we're going to do when we put Halloween stuff out?
Clean up my porch first.
Oh, I got to clean up the porch first. But what did I say when we open up that closet out there, what we were going to do?
Clean up my house.
But what are we, not Halloween. Did I say Halloween? I meant Thanksgiving. Did I say Halloween? Anyway, I think I told y'all too, I'm going to clean out that closet. We're going to clean it out. We're going to get rid of stuff that we don't use.
Clean up my house.
I love decorating for the seasons. You guys know I do. But sometimes it does get, sometimes I go overboard. And I just have throw up there and throw up there and throw up and throw up and throw. So I'm going to try to, so far, my kitchen's a wreck, guys. Listen, oh my gosh, we had a horrible, and I haven't cleaned it. I'm not lying. I haven't cleaned it.
My kitchen's a wreck.
It is a wreck. We had we lost our well. Saturday afternoon, I started noticing, I went to do something. I don't know, maybe I was going to make tea. I don't remember what I was going to do. I was going to wash a couple of glasses. You know, wash glasses a lot around here. But the water just dribbled out. And I thought, okay, it's Saturday. Everybody's home on the weekend. Maybe Buddy and Steph are doing something. You know, you get a load of clothes going. You got this going. You know, you never know. So I just turned off the faucet and didn't worry about it again until a couple hours later. Couple hours later, and so I come back in here to do something, and it was even less. I mean, no water come out at all. I turned hot and cold, nothing came out. I went to the bathroom, hot and cold, nothing came out. And I was like, dear, something's the well's completely down at this point. So I go out, and the well is running. The pump is running. The pump is running in the well house. Somebody's pulled into my yard. Let me look and see what they're doing. They're getting out.
Somebody's pulling in my yard.
She's opening her trunk. Watching. Okay, she's making a delivery. Okay, she's just a delivery person in a private car. So anyway, we've lost, the pump is running, but no pressure. So I said something to Buddy. He was out, and I said, Buddy, are you running water anywhere? I said, because I have no water. And he said, well, Steph's taking a shower. And I thought, there's bound to be times that we're all taking baths. Somebody's bound to be taking a bath at the same time somebody, you know, it's 3 houses on one well. The well should be perfectly fine for doing that. It's a big well. So I didn't think that made sense, but I was like, okay. So I come back, started doing things in the yard, getting things started, because it was like feed up time. And the more I thought about it, the more, you know, it was bothering me. It's in my head, you know. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Daddy did that to us by you know, always worried about the well, the well, the well, the well. They're expensive to keep up. Praise God, we've got a good well guy. Ronnie
Yes.
Coon is awesome.
Then when he drives up with a few things.
What?
He when he drives up with Rio Diablo.
Who drives up in Rio Diablo?
Kenny Rogers.
Oh my gosh. Kenny Rogers. Anyway, at some point, I came in the house and I called Steph and she didn't answer. And I thought, okay, I don't think she would still be in the shower. And I'm thinking, if I have no water, how much water did she have trying to take a shower? And maybe she was thinking the same thing as me when I first tried to get water, thinking, well, somebody else is using water, so we just have no pressure. I didn't know. But then later, Buddy was setting up the theater for the kids to watch a movie, like an outside movie night. And that's what I said, Buddy, there's something wrong, and I'm going to shut off the well. And I said, I'm going to have to flip the breaker and make sure the well is not running because something is not right. I had already turned off Tony's water at the back corner of my fence. There's a line that with a valve that takes water to Tony, and then off of that is my little like 20 foot of that takes the water line to the corner of the chicken yard. So Tony's was run out there first because my chicken yard at one time was not where it is now, and or maybe it was, but I finally wanted, when I had Tony's line going across my backyard out that way, I knew that that gave me access to give the chickens a line right there at the corner, and not just for them but for my garden. So what are you doing? How many have you had?
Not one yet.
So
I drink too many chocolate milks. I just drinking this one.
okay, well, not too many chocolate milks, just one every morning is all you need. He's gotta watch him with dairy. So anyway, I'd already turned Tony's off because a couple of times when we've had a problem where we couldn't, it, you know, was like a leak, it was at Tony's house. So I turned Tony's off right off the bat, and it didn't change anything with the well and the pressure or anything. And so then I went ahead and just went to the breaker and flipped the breaker off. And I told Buddy, I said, you can't use water. Well, at some point he went and turned off, he went and turned off a line that goes into his house. And then he went eventually and turned off a line that went to the barn. And so it's like we weren't narrowing down why the well, then we flipped the breaker back on, then I turned my water off, which is at the back corner of my house. And we weren't narrowing down why the well was continuing to run, even with all these waters shut off. Houses were literally not allowed to get water. We've shut them off at the valve. The well is still running. I thought the points were stuck or something. I mean, I don't even know how to work. I don't even know really what the points are. I just know that I've heard Daddy say stuff like the points got stuck. I'm 56 years old. I don't know what the points are, but I know I've heard people say, are your points stuck? Or the points were stuck or stuff. So I was like, I don't know, maybe the points are stuck. I'll have to get Papa to look at it tomorrow. Well, Sunday morning came and I had no internet. Well, I get my internet from Buddy, and something happened somewhere and we lost internet. He still had internet, but they're not early risers. So we were just watching regular TV. We didn't have to have internet. We just didn't have our phone service. But we still have, I have Dish. So we were able to watch TV and kept Levi happy. But if I wanted to answer a comment or reply to somebody's like personal message, I have several people that send me personal messages. We correspond every morning. I had to go out on the front. Sorry. I had to go out on the front. I unplugged it so I could walk over there, and now it's telling me low battery. I had to go out on the porch to reply to those early morning direct messages. So anyway, at some point, Buddy said something about the water. I was outside and I said, it's still off. I don't know what else to do. I've turned it off. Well, when I went out there and looked at the well, was looking at different things, I noticed that I went ahead and turned the water off at the well that supplied, you know, the one line coming out of the tank, out of the water tank. There was one line, and then it split, and it goes this way for Buddy's garden, and it went this way for Buddy's house, and then off of Buddy's house was the nozzle that comes to my house, and then from my house is where Tony splits off and stuff. So I thought, I'm just going to cut this main one off. Maybe that will stop whatever, and it did. When I cut that main water supply off at the well, and then I flipped the breaker on, the well ran for a few minutes, and I was filling the tank, because when you fill the water tank, it's warm where there's no water, and it's cold where the water line is. So I was filling the tank, and I could see that the tank was filling up. Because I was also afraid that the foot valve was stuck open at the bottom down there in the river under the ground. I thought the foot valve was stuck open, and so the pump was just running but couldn't keep the tank filled because the foot valve was allowing the water just to fall back in. All these things go through your mind because wells cost so much to work on. But when I turned that main one off where no water could run, even though I thought we've all done our individual homes, there was the main one on the well, on the tank itself, and I cut that one. And everything, after a few minutes, the well went off. I was like, well, okay. But Daddy came down and he said there was a naked wire, and he replaced some other things on it. And I was sort of thinking, well, everything's back to normal, everything's good. And he did that. So I opened the well back up. And once again, when I come back in the house, the pressure was nothing in the house. There was no water in the house. And I'm thinking, this is not making any sense to me. So, I don't know. It's like back and forth, and I'm not probably getting everything in exact order of how it worked, but at some point, I come back from Mom and Dad's. I flipped the breaker off because I thought things were going good, but then everything evidently wasn't. Dad had flipped it on, but when I realized when I left here, I didn't know it was on. I thought it was flipped still off, but he had flipped it back on. And I knew I didn't have any pressure when I left here. When I left to go to Mom and Dad's for lunch at 1 o'clock, we had no pressure. So it was this whole thing. Anyway, Ronnie came out yesterday afternoon. So what Dad thought he fixed, didn't fix it. And it ended up being a separate line that goes into Buddy and Steph's garden. And one of them had been switched on accidentally. Buddy said he don't know how and who would have messed with it. But there was one line going on. Ronnie was walking everything, and he found it. He found it. And so yeah, when that got shut off completely, the well was back up to working normal. So it was just one thing, but it was draining the tank and making the well run constantly, and that can burn things up. So praise God that was fixed. But I was so tired after Ronnie left. I sat right here in this chair. I drank a glass of tea, took a bath, went to bed. I mean, I was exhausted from the day. I think it wears, you know what? Sometimes your mind gets tired and then it makes your body tired, if y'all understand what I'm saying. You just feel exhausted all over. Anyway, I've been rambled. This video is way too long. I don't know if y'all are even going to want to sit and listen to this mess, but I'm going to go. We love you. Levi, you want to tell them?
Good morning.
She's making a noise. You tell them goodbye, baby?
Good morning. Goodbye.
Good morning, goodbye. All right, love you guys. God bless y'all. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.